Hey, what's up? This is 3715 here with a guide on how to be boss at free-to-play Ready Clan Wars. Now, first thing you need is some good gear. For basic melee, what you need is full rune, scimitar, and a kite shield. To be more effective, you can use a gravite two-handed sword, which I do not have, but it is much better. Now, melee is very good because you have highest defense bonus with this, although you don't have much of a magic defense if you are being maged. Remember, with a scimitar always use slash, and with a 2H always use crush. Next up is range. Range will be more effective than melee depending on your combat level. If you are pro melee, well then range won't be very effective compared to melee. But range gives a good advantage with, well, its range. Firstly, you must get a sighted maple longbow. It is much better than a regular short bow with a higher range bonus. This is a good gear to tank with. Some people rather use a d'hide body and rune legs. Personally, I find this setup better because you get, I forget what you get better, but I think you get better crush and less stab. So yes, with high enough range level, I'd suggest at least 85 if you're going to use range. Range gives an advantage for its range, and because people don't expect it, kind of thing. Next is the most effective method, and my favorite method. It is mage. Mage is very effective, but you get very low defense. You will typically be the pile of the other team because of your low defense, but it is worth it because you will do much more damage. If you have either range or mage, I suggest you bring some melee gear to tank with. As a mage, this is typical mage tank gear. Do not bring only robes. Do not. Your defense will be too low, and you don't want that. You get killed in too fast. The rune med helm and the chain body give, I don't know. They're just really good. Here, if you have a full rune plate body and full helm, you'll have a minus 13, and with these you get plus 5 for your mage attack, and you don't get so much of a significant bonus with the full helm and the full body. You can use a shield, but I don't, as I find these defensive bonus are good enough, and I usually just switch to legs if I'm being piled. With mage, you also get binds, which binds are really helpful. Let's say your pile is a level 102 and he is running around. Well, you're going to have trouble with the meleeers if he's running around obstacles. So then you bind him and the meleeers can get to him. So yeah, mage is the most effective, but yet the lowest defense. You may get less, well, you'll get more kills, but you may die more. Mages are almost required. You need mages. As I said, it's the most effective method. So now, on to the next part. So now that you know what gear you need to be pro at warring, well, free to play warring, now there is much more for you to learn. You need to learn the basics of tanking and how to hug around objects. As you see here, like this pillar right here, you would need to run around it while they are tanking you. there to get the melee off of you. And yes, another thing you need to know is your prayer. You must set your quick prayers to protect melee, steal skin, and yes, that. Just those two. For when you are being tanked. Now, as I told you before, if you are in mage, you need better gear to tank with than this. Come on. And this. So I suggest bringing at least this, a rune full helmet and rune plate legs. And if you have majors on you, rune hide chaps. I usually go in to wars with both range and melee armor. Range and mage armor, because I find those two most effective, and I do not need to don't need too much defensive bonus to tank, because most clans in free to play are about level 90s, while I am a level 112 in free to play, I believe. Yes. Therefore I can tank easily with this. So yes, I'm going to teach you how to do. Okay, so while you're in the war, you need to follow your leader. You falls on your leader. Right now this is for demonstration purposes only, and I do not have a leader as I'm in normal clan wars and I set myself as a leader. I have 3 people who are going to come here and pile, and I will show you around this how to hug. And this is what you must do if you are being piled. Now, one thing I must tell you, if you are in my clan, there is no trolling. Therefore, well, you can't troll. Also, we'd like you to follow piles. You turn your public on and you listen. You do not type. If you do type, it will be in the friend chat or the clan chat. We do not want you to talk out loud, and we do not want you to solo. You follow piles. Piles are important. You must follow piles, and that's how we win wars. I cannot stress it enough. Follow the piles. Now I will restart the cam once they get here. Oh yes, and I don't know if I mentioned it, but don't talk during the wars. A few seconds before the war starts is when you should stop talking and talk in the friend chat or clan chat. That would be greatly appreciated. Okay, so when you get piled, you run away and turn on quick prayers. And you get everybody away from your clan, and you start hugging walls to get people away from you. After a while, as you see, the meleeers aren't doing as much effect as if I was just standing still and fighting back, as they are getting trapped. You see how the leader calls me and nobody else talks. And one more thing, very important, is to bring food. Do not forget food. In Reddit Clan Wars, you will get a bank after you die and as soon as you enter. That is important. Bring any advantage you can have. Do not try to be a honorable player unless it comes for trolling. Another important thing to have, well, useful thing has, is run replenish on your ring. I apparently, oh yeah, I do. It will help you outrun everyone, and that is great. Okay, so you must follow piles, as I said before. And oh my god, I just failed hardcore. Okay, anyway, I forgot binds. I wanted to show you that binds are good, but that's too bad. Anyway, as you see, I'm doing most damage, if you can see. You see that? There. You see how effective mage is? Mage is the most effective method. You must follow your pile, and that is how you will claim victory. Now, I will need to do it again because I forgot binds. So yeah, I'll see you in a... Okay, so here it is. I'm going to show you how to bind, and he got a head start. And Binds aren't very useful when you can't reach them. Here it is. There. See that? Now the millionaires can pile, and he's off again. This is why mage is the most effective method. You have binds, and you are very powerful. And this is where we kill him. Right here. Right here. No! He got away. And get him again. Now this is very useful in a war. Right now we have 3 people piling 1. I can usually tank out with this like 10-20 people. So in a full out war, in rated clan wars, it would be much more useful. Which you need a minimum of 10 people, and all 10 people pile, which as I told you already, piling is mandatory kind of thing there. You must pile. This will be much more useful, and you will do much more damage. So yeah, this is about it. All you need to know. You are almost ready for war. So get out there, put your gear on. Get what you find to suit you best, and yeah, follow piles and you should be good. So now you know the basics of how to be a boss at rated clan wars in free to play. So get your gear ready and start up a war with your clan. Work out your tactics and see what's best for you. As I told you before, mage for me is the best. It is most effective, although it is hard to tank with. So that's all for now. Have a nice day, and good luck in your wars. Hopefully someday your clan will be the greatest. As for the people in my clan, you must follow these rules. Watch my freaking video and follow what I told you, and listen to the piles. That is the most important, as I told you before. And one Zomb is a nub.